I got it. Hi, Immune Cookie. Hi, Fatal. What's going on? I'm okay. I'm okay. Today's pretty good. How are you? Hi, Jason. I have an idea for later today, but I don't know. I'm a bit scared. Hi, Frosted. Hi, Josh. Yeah, I'm okay. Yesterday was like, I might talk about it. But thank you. Slavik, right? Are you baking anything today, Frosted? How's my morning? It's okay. I stayed up late reading, which was nice. I kind of just like want to read all day, but I have other plans. If I had my way, against myself, I would read all day. That's what I would be doing with my morning. Coffee or tea? Coffee. Actually, no, that was tea. Both. I'm like, coffee, of course. Both. I only do like herbal tea and then I do coffee. Did I manage to get a Kindle yet? No. I know you said you love your Kindle. People who have their Kindle love their, I'm sure I'd be like, what have I been doing? I'm just really attached to reading on my phone. I'm sure it'd be easy to, yeah, anyway. No, to answer your question, no. But I know you really love yours. What are you reading lately? Green tea is good for you. What kind of green tea, though? Nighttime for me. Oh. Like on the Saturdays? It's okay. Thanks for being here. That is the charm of living in Europe. That is too late for me. Or, yeah. Dude, I'd love to live in Europe. Hi, Adam. Hi. You haven't been here for a while. I don't know what that means. Yesterday was one of those days that I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this. And you know when you realize like I don't actually have a choice. I don't actually have a choice about this. Either I get through it, either I keep going, or I don't. Like someone gave me this like Winston Churchill quote that I was like, right. That's the only advice you ever need. It's like, if you're going through hell, keep going. Because what's your other option? Like, there you go. It's like either you get to stay there and you get to stay there, or you keep going. You just like, you rise above. And the rising above, as difficult as it feels and as like fruitless at times it feels and frustrating, like it's its own reward, because you're like, oh, that's all I ever have to do. Like, that's all I ever have to do. There's all the other stuff will come. Like the inspiration, the like bravery, the intelligence, the compassion, the like whatever, it will come if I just dedicate myself to this. Anyway, so I guess that's why, like, last night when my head hit my pillow, I felt like satisfied in that way that you feel when you're like, I'm okay, I'm gonna be okay, I'm like really proud of myself, like, good job, girl. And I had like carryover of that. Sorry, Jericho. Why am I laughing? I think it's funny. Like, do you want to date him? Are you jealous of like her? What's going on? What's going on? I'm a beautiful person. You're a beautiful person. Thank you. Yeah, before I like get to the topic, does anyone want to like say anything or whatever? Is there anything you guys want to talk about? Is this like a joke? I don't know. Did your girlfriend really leave you for a gym guy? What? Hi, Jerry. Steeler, yeah, I think you want to date him. I don't believe, like, I don't know. A gym guy. I don't even know what to do with that. I would never leave someone for a gym guy. You know, the thing about gym guys, at least that comes to my mind, is it's like the second that you're like more into yourself in that way, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. If I think of like olden times, when one like had to train and like had to be strong in order to like protect the village, protect the kingdom. Okay. Or even if you're like doing it for mental health, amazing. But if you're doing it like just to look hot, just to like be a gym guy, I don't know. Where's all the people that are like still trying to protect the kingdom? Okay. Sorry. I'm just thinking about this. Also, protein shakes, no. I don't like the lifestyle. He's so beautiful, so what? Why are we whispering? I don't know. Am I whispering? It's just like a copyright free music. Cuban, hi. It's ASMR. Am I really quiet? I'm sorry if it's like burgers and fries. I'm just saying that like it's not an aesthetic lifestyle, okay? Like it's not like I don't know. You need more going on. You need more like culturally going on. I'm all for you going to the gym. But like it shouldn't be your identity and it's not interesting. Like don't pretend like it's interesting. It's not interesting. You're doing this. Sorry. It's not interesting. I had it once and it wasn't good. But I am protein. I hate that. It's like I'm just because the cult of protein has gotten into my head and it's like you're supposed to take a gram of protein for every pound of body weight or whatever it is. I don't typically do the protein. Can I play an instrument like right now or just in general? Yeah, like I've tried to do the gym and I was like this place is gross. Everyone looks unhappy and I don't like the lighting and I don't like the equipment. Like go for a run, go for a walk. I'm like, look, it depends on like your goals and like your needs and anyway. But walking, for what it's worth, is an amazing form of exercise and it keeps you lean. It's good for your mind. It's good for like your lungs. Walking's amazing. Do things that are like, I just think like do things that are aesthetically pleasing. Honestly, I know that sounds weird, but it's like go for a bike ride, like take out skiing, do tennis, like do something cool with your time and your life. That's what I think. Be an interesting human being. I am healthy. Like also it's not hard to be healthy and it's not hard to be fit. But don't like be weird about it. Don't be weird about it, guys. Like, stop being weird about fitness. It's not like this. It's not a lifestyle. It's part of your life that allows you to like. Don't make it your life. What are you doing? It's not your life. I don't know. I know people are allowed to like what they like, but oh, also, for what it's worth, I think this is really important. Like your brain burns so many calories in a day. Your brain is burning more calories than anything. Okay, so when you study, when you just like think hard on a topic, when you like play an instrument, when you're engaged in a conversation, even when you're working, you're burning calories. You're being like you're using up the fuel, okay? So like don't underestimate just using your brain in order to stay healthy, like physically, literally. You'll be of course, be weird, but I just think it's like I don't know. It's very American, which is fine. It's just like, is this actually a good look? Anyway, and I know that's like kind of shallow, but like And I also say this with like guys have been like, yeah, this, like guys have like told me about their like workout routines, and I know, like, and shown me like videos, and I know that I'm like supposed to be like, okay, firstly, like things aren't impressive unless you've tried to do them yourself. And so you know how difficult it is. And even then, like things aren't impressive unless it's like something that like you personally value. And I just think girls like the after effects, like they don't like the process. In the same way that like probably guys aren't like, oh my God, tell me how you did your makeup or something like that. I don't think they want to know that. They just like the anyway. Okay. Like, yeah, that would be super, I don't know. Have some mystique about it. Okay? Have some mystique. Your pagan practice? Do you really have a pagan practice? That's really nice. Hi, Josh. Josh. I'm okay. Madam, I am Madam. Alex Colmer. There's so many Alexes lately. Okay. Okay. It's so funny, like, now the topic's completely different. We're talking about fitness. You want green eyes? I like having green eyes. Thank you, Josh. Tony Tone. You guys are so I don't know. Now I'm like, no, we're gonna talk about love. Or are we gonna talk about fitness? I called the title Love. What do you guys want to talk about? What do you want me to talk about? Because last live stream, there was like this really, really, really amazing conversation about love and relationships. Andres, hi, I didn't know you were here. The car. Okay, I'm gonna talk about love because that's what I thought of, but I actually want to say that like it's related, okay? Like it's related to health or fitness or whatever it is, okay? Going hunting. You don't think there's anything more to say about love? It's been said. It's been said. Training your brain versus your muscles. Okay. I'm gonna tie the two together. Okay. Because I was thinking a lot about love, and one of the things I think that like honestly screws people up, screws them up. And this has to do with like health too and fitness too, and especially like in this world now where like everyone has the answers and everyone has their own opinions and their own regimens and their own like, and I say this like having watched those people and listened to those people and like taken notes from those people. If we're talking about dating, if we're talking about love, if we're talking about like relationships, if we're talking about health or fitness or whatever it is, like I've been there, I've explored that. Okay. And And it really does seem like all these other people have the answers. Like they've figured it out. Okay, and if you want to figure it out too, if you want to be like them, if you want to get your life together, get your like fitness together, get your love together, get your love together, whatever that is, then you need to listen to them and you need to like follow their blueprint. Egypt, Ethiopia, England. Duh. Okay. I don't know why I needed to answer that really quickly. I'm not saying they're wrong. And I'm saying that like a lot of their advice might be like really sound and really interesting and really illuminating and really like scientific. But at the end of the day, it's like they're just prescribing rules and beliefs and systems for you to adhere to without you like making a conscious choice about what it is that you actually want. What it is like, what life do you actually want? What do you actually want the rules for yourself to be? So like, and this applies to love and health, okay? Meaning that if you make the rule like, I am never allowed to eat potato chips because this happens. Okay, there you go. Now you don't get to eat potato chips. But if you can also make a, like, there's lots of healthy people that will occasionally eat potato chips. And at the end of the day, okay, like either way, this is very low stakes. This is very, very low stakes. But just realize that like you're making rules for yourself, for good or for bad. And if you make like really strict rules and it works, that's wonderful, that's beautiful, that's gonna lead you somewhere. But now you've created like a very thin tightrope over which you have to walk over in order to keep these results. And me personally, like, I don't want to live like that. I don't want to live in a way that's like really, it's not like risky, but it's really like thin. It's really narrow. It's really like tight. It's really like, I'm not allowed to make mistakes. I'm not allowed to like wobble. I'm not allowed like freedom. I don't want that. I don't want those rules. It's not to say that like a kind of container can't be like really comforting, and for some people that's gonna be like what you naturally want. Like you just want to know exactly what to do, exactly what to eat, exactly what to like wake up and like check off every day or whatever it is. Fine, but what is it you actually want? Like think about that. Think about like what if it was like I'm healthy, or and I'll get to relationships. Like, how do you actually want your relationship to like health to be like? What's like the best case scenario? Do you even think about it? Is it like a big part of your life? Do you actually think about it, or is it just there? Do you actively like seek it out and like take pride in it, or is it just there and you don't really like, you're not like, like that's where I am personally, where I'm like, I don't want that to be like a like signifier. I don't want that to be something that I like show off as like a life skill. I don't think of that as a life skill. I want that to just be like foundational and there for me. Okay, so I'm not gonna like try to follow people that take pride and take like identity from going to the gym an hour every day. I get how that gives them a sense of self-esteem. That's beautiful. I would rather have a sense of self-esteem where like, I don't need that. I don't need to be that person. I'm not like failing at life by not being that person, and I'm not winning at life if I do choose to be that person. That's not actually winning at life. Like, I want you to get that. I know that it really looks like on social media that those people are winning at life because like we've decided that like going to the gym is righteous. It's not. It's just a choice. Okay, like at the end of the day, what makes you feel good? What makes you like feel happy and alive and like, and you get to choose. Okay, and now bringing it back to love, I just want to say the same thing. There are like so many, first of all, there's like relationship gurus and love gurus. I can't believe that's even like a sentence. Relationship guru. I can't even believe that's I can't believe I just said that. I can't believe I even like know that title. Anyway, there's like people who want to tell you things about relationships and how relationships work, or how men work, or how women work, or how love works. Let me tell you about love. As if like love is this thing that very much like exists. It just like, it exists in this like space of, it exists like in a glass tank. This is love. This is love. And this is what we're all trying to achieve, as if it exists like separate from you and separate from like your own personal way of loving or being loved. Do you get that? So something that like I have contention with, is, you know, when people are like, that's not love. That's not love. It's not that they're wrong, but it's just that, like, you decide what. I feel like I'm gonna like speak against the Church of Love. It's a little risky, but I really mean this in that like you decide what love is. Love exists in you. It exists in your experience, in your awareness. Okay? When you decide there's love there, there's love there. Do you get that? The reason that I wasn't on the live yesterday, yeah, I put this in the post, is because like, yeah, sorry. My sister had to put down her dog, and so I was there for her and I was there for her kids. And thinking about dogs, and like I have a dog now. Like you don't like get a dog and you're like, oh, are we gonna love each other? Like, are we gonna find love? Is there gonna be love there? What if we fall out of love with each other or something like that? It's like so simple, it's so pure. It's just like dog, and you know immediately you're gonna love this thing and it's gonna love you. At least like that's how it is for me. You're not like, what if it doesn't work out? What if we don't click? What if we don't have enough in common? What if we come from different families, or we have like different value systems? What if we have different attachment styles, or what if, you know, we have different love languages? What if we're not compatible? What if we change? What if over the course of the relationship we change, and, you know, I want to go off and experience other dogs? And I know some of you are probably like, yeah, but it's a dog, it's simple. But like, what if love is simple? What if it's like really, really, really basic? It's basic. It's not this like once in a lifetime thing. It's something that you give yourself over to. Like, there's a reason that I believe more arranged marriages are successful than like non. I believe that's true statistically. And it's because like you give yourself over it. You're like, okay, this is my partner. Okay. And you like learn to love them. You fall in love with them and you choose them every day, and love is there. Love is just there. Like, have you ever thought about how like there's just like love there for your family? It's just there. Like, I honestly feel like like I could just, if I spend enough time with someone, I love them. That's just how it is. I just love them. And I know, okay, there's like other dimensions to love that you probably want, but again, it's about great. Identify What is love to you? What is love to you? And what is it that like you want to experience? And also I just want to say, like, there's love and then there's relationship, or like there's love and then there's treatment, and there's love and there's like passion, or like, you know, relations. There's all these other dimensions that, again, like, you have choice about. But if like love is what you're after, I just want to say, like, don't make it this like scarce resource, this like thing that like doesn't exist for you, isn't possible for you. Like, love is really common. It's really easy. Think about all like the really like, be honest, think about like all the really unremarkable people. I know everyone's special, but like really everyone's also like very like meh. And like they find love, they get love, they like find someone who thinks they're cool, and it's like, great. Love. Like, what if it's that easy? I know this is funny, but it's like, stop romanticizing love. Stop making it this like, what if it's easy? What if you let it be really easy? What if you let it be like really natural? What if like you let yourself become one of those people who's just like let yourself be a Romeo, if that's what you want. Like, you just find love like really easily. You fall in love really easily. People fall in love with you really easily. Relationships are really easy. And like whatever it is, you want to like feel for the person. Like, I don't know, you want to be attracted, or you want to be like, you want to have like lots of things to talk about. You want like a talky relationship, or you just want like lots of kindness, or maybe you want to like be honest with each other, or whatever it is. Like, understand that that's something that you're adding to a relationship with like love is like a cookie center. But let love be easy and natural and like there. What if you just decide that like you get to have it? You get to have it. Again, like, love isn't this like thing that's happening outside of you. It can only be like, if you think of it like this, it's like love is waiting for you specifically to express it. Otherwise, it doesn't get to exist. Because it, like, in terms of your reality, if you're not feeling it, if you're not expressing it, like, it might as well not, right? It can only happen through you. Has it ever happened? Has it ever happened without your awareness, your feeling, your like experiencing of it? Even when you like watch other people in love, that's happening through you. Your third person perspective of love is happening through you. It can only ever happen through you. So how are you deciding it happens? Are you deciding it happens in scarcity? Are you deciding it happens in hardship? Are you deciding it like happens? And I don't know, like, what have you made up, or what have you obeyed or listened to because other people told you that's how it was? That's what it was supposed to be like. What have other people like, what fears have other people projected on? What shame have other people projected onto you? What lack have other people projected onto you? What do you want love to be like? Not like, what do you think it is? Not what you have to adhere to. What? It's supposed to be like, it's not a job. It's not like something that you have to like meet the requirements. What? Is that what you want? So love is this. So love, you have to be this, 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 this. If you're not that, you have to pretend like you're this, 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 this. And then just know that like men or women are this, 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 this. And this is how you need to like manipulate them in order to be in love. That's what you want. Okay? How do you want it to go? You know when like you first fall in love and you feel like, oh my God, no one has ever done this before. like I know that other people think they've been in love, but no one's been in love before. Like this is the first time that love has actually ever existed between two humans. What if that's kind of true? What if every love is distinct and unique and you get to decide? And when it's like scary or you find that, like usually it's just insecurities that get in the way. What if that doesn't get in the way? What if that's an opportunity for you to like love yourself more, love your partner more? When you're going through hell, keep going. Keep like leaning into like, no, I get to have love. I get to have the person I want. I get to have the relationship I want. I get to have the life I want. I get to have the rules I want. I get to have the treatment I want. I get to have the kindness I want. I get to have the attraction I want. Why are you so quick to jump ship on like what you want to other people's rules? Who cares about? Who cares? I'm not interested in what, like, who cares? I don't know. Stop giving yourself away, you know? Even if it works, even if it succeeds, again, great. Now I have this like beautiful tightrope to walk for the rest of my life. There's lots of like dimensions around this because I also like do really know that people might say like, oh, but there's difference between like romantic love and whatever, different kinds of love, and then there's like relationship, and then there's like commitment, and then there's like I get that there's like other topics, but it is like really specific to every unique person. So I might do a series about this. Honestly, I was thinking about this. I'm like, I might just like focus on love or like relationships leading up to like February, Valentine's Day, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna go through the comments now and see what you guys have written. Again, I just want to say like, well, whatever. Yeah. There's so many rules. Like people have so many opinions about this. So many. And it's not that they're wrong. It's just like, what do you want? And I also think, for what it's worth, like for me personally, know the difference between like whether what you want is love or whether you want validation. Neither is wrong. But just be like, know what you actually want. Do I actually want love here or do I want validation? Will the love be validation in some way? And if for whatever reason getting it from that other person is like intoxicating, I know this sounds funny, but like it shouldn't. Okay, hear me out. It shouldn't. What do I mean by this? You probably think the things that that person validates in that situation. You probably think that on a certain level, or you want it to be true, okay? And it's like when the other person provides it, it's like, oh my God, I don't actually have to like stand under that umbrella. I don't actually have to like hold my own umbrella under those beliefs. This other person will do it for me. So like, I don't have to like think I'm great. This other person will think I'm great. And I get to have like the best of both worlds. I get to be like mean to myself while they're like really nice. And I get to like be this with the other person while also thinking I'm a piece of shit. Okay. You can just like take it, like own it. I don't know. If you want validation, just like decide you're whatever you want to be validated for. Just decide it's true. And then when the other person says it, you should be like, yeah. I just think that's like so much better and healthier. I say that after like a lot of my own struggles. Love costs money. No, it doesn't. Sorry. I'm going through the comments and I'm like, oh. Like, again, there's so many beliefs and they're not wrong. I'm just saying, like, what do you want? Ooh, Lordy. Hi. Yeah, okay. I think, like, I'll have to figure out, like, the different elements. I also, like, really, really want to get it across that, like, there's love and then there's treatment. There's, like, care. The way that, like, you want to be cared for, you want to be treated. And they're very distinct. And I think people cross them over. And they go, well, if you loved me, you wouldn't treat me this way. And that's where it's like, that's not love. As if like love comes with its own, like, when I love someone, suddenly I act perfectly. You can love someone and treat them badly because, I don't know, because for a whole slew of reasons, but they're different. And so, do you want love or do you want the treatment? What's the actual issue here? They're different. It's different. It's different. It doesn't mean that there's not love there. Often there is. It's different. Does not mean they should be together. Again, I would just say, like, okay, I also think that people are like really fatalistic about love, as if like it's just meant to be, or it's just not meant to be, or we're just bad for each other, or we're just wrong for each other. The timing's just wrong. The circumstances are just wrong. Like, sorry. Again, it's not like the universe isn't like deciding, like, what are you talking about? Sorry. What are you talking about? What is this force that is like, this is the wrong person for you? What is this? What are you talking about? If that's your person, that's your person. Right, because like there's never been marriages with like, there's never been like great love stories with like difficult circumstances, or like, I don't know, you can find like an exception to almost every rule. So what are you talking about? What do you want? Do you want that to be your person? I find actually that when people say that, they don't want it to be their person. They don't want it anymore. That's what it is. They don't actually want it. And then the reasons why that person is wrong for them flood in to justify that decision. Yes, the mods are amazing. Hi, Spartan. Oh my god, that's funny. Sorry, I just, your name is really funny. Not funny in a haha way. It's like, significant. I'm confusing, huh? If you decide that like something is meant to be, it is. You know you're allowed to do that, right? You're allowed to do that. If, however, that idea of meant to be creates all kinds of like you not being the authority of your own life, then discard the notion, you know? There's a lot of like very unromantic people who have found love through that very like practical, no nonsense approach. No, I haven't watched Heated Rivalry. Sorry, I'm just thinking, I think that like, that idea of like, do you want love or do you want validation is like such a huge idea. Like, do you actually want love? I think that's a really good question to ask yourself. And also just take it off the pedestal. Like, in general, guys, just take things off the pedestal. Know that, like, nothing can be, like, felt or expressed or experienced except through you. Okay? So, like, it's you. It's your love. It's your experience of it. And anyone who, like, tells you what love is, like, great, amazing, that's so interesting. Oh, that's nice. But, like, what are you actually getting in that moment? Do you know what I mean? Like, how deep is that, like, little bit of, like, chocolate frosting idea, information of what love is? Do you know what I mean? Like, don't don't idolize something that like you're getting like the, what is that even? What's love to you? What's like your, what's your love actually like? What's being loved actually like for you? Spartan. Just be aware of like the rules you're making for yourself. Anyway. Yeah, I know. I know. You think validation is a part of love? That's interesting. Do you want to say more? I get how the two cross over really, really easily. I feel like I can only talk about my own experience, but I know that like for me, like being in love has sometimes felt like incredibly validating, and like I have like and I get like superpowers from the experience because that other person sees me the way that I really really wish to be seen. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, it's like they hold the keys to that. Like they have access to that person. And without them, that person vanishes. Okay? So they're actually in charge of that person in some way because I'm letting them be in charge of it. Like I'm not being the one to say like, no, this is what I am. This is who I am. This is how I see myself. I'm not willing to like take ownership of that. So I'm giving that to someone else. I'm giving that job to someone else. And then yeah, they have authority over that. So I don't have to have like the responsibility or the fallout or like the uneasy feelings about that. But I also don't get to own it. And now it belongs to that other person. And for me at least, that always feels like like eventually it starts to feel like I want it. Like I don't want you in I want that person for myself, not just when I'm around you. If that's really me, I should get to have that regardless of whatever you're doing. And it's nothing that the other person was doing in the end, right? It's that like I gave them a job in a way of like creating me. And then I felt like trapped when I didn't want them to have that job anymore, or like it's not that like I didn't, when I wanted that to like carry over beyond just like when I was with them, you know? So that's why I say like it's like love and validation is a completely different thing. Like what if like what if yes, that person was validating, but when they're not around or whatever they decide to be or like behave or act like, your sense of self isn't diminished at all. And then you're not actually like needing this other person to make you the way that you want to feel about yourself. And you can actually just be with them. and you actually just be with another human being without like reading into their actions of like making their actions about you, making your actions about them, or like how they feel about you, or I don't know. Can it actually be built on like on trust, right? On like, I know this sounds kind of like, I don't need you. I don't need you at all. Stay with me. And therefore, like, you can't fail me. And I'm just here. I can't, like, I'm not going to get disappointed in you. I'm not going to give up on you. I'm not going to abandon you. I'm not going to not choose you. Because you're my person. And that's all that is. And like, we're making up what that means as we go along, according to like what we want to experience with each other. Okay. I'd also say that like, whatever. Sorry, I'm thinking, obviously. Okay. Hey, Pete, thank you. Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing like a multi-part series on this. If there's something that you guys like would specifically like me to cover, in terms of like, I'm just thinking about this, like even friendship or romance or attraction or relationship or commitment, or just trying to think like, what are the problems that people usually face in love? There's definitely like being chosen, being a priority, being prioritized. But again, I'd say that a lot of that is like if you can separate treatment from like who that person is, or like how they feel about you, you're better off for it. Like, understand that you're interpreting everything and making it mean whatever you want it to mean. So if you're like, this happens, which means that person doesn't prioritize me, which means they don't love me, which means I always choose the wrong men, which means I must have like these issues, which mean that, I don't know, which means, yes, I can speak English. Singularity, no. Why would it ruin a relationship? What is too much? Validation is fine. I guess just what I'm saying is like, it's that the validation you get from a partner is actually like, what do I want to say about this? Okay. The validation you get from a partner is actually reflecting like things you think and believe about yourself. Things that you have accepted about yourself. Okay? Hear me out. So you guys like comment on my eyes a lot. Okay. That didn't always used to be the case. I've always had these eyes. But I remember like someone once was like, you have really nice eyes. And ever since after that, I was like, oh, I have really nice eyes. And now everyone comments on my eyes. Everyone. And I'm just aware of it. It's just there for me. Okay, I'm like, oh yeah, eyes. Got it. Okay. So I get that validation. Okay. And it's lovely. It's really, really nice. But it comes from a place of like me having accepted something about myself. Me having accepted something that like other people like about me. Okay. And it gets reflected out. So when a partner is like validating you, it's actually like a reflection of things that you've already accepted about yourself. But I guess what I'm trying to say is like, you're like, just own it. Just realize that it's coming from you, that you already hold those beliefs about yourself, that you're already that. You're already that it comes from you, that it comes from like your own deep like validation of yourself, and that you don't stop being that person if that person like doesn't say it that day or doesn't like, in a lot of ways I'm just saying like, don't let your own like insecurity get in the way. Know that it's coming from you, and that what they're seeing is what you see in a lot of ways, is a lot of like how you've created yourself to be seen. Is that making sense? And this is also why like people say, oh, you have to love yourself first in order to be loved. It's because it's a reflection. So like very rarely, or maybe never, I don't know, does the experience of like being loved by someone else come if like that doesn't already exist. If you don't see yourself as someone who's capable of being loved. If you don't like love yourself in that way, or think it's possible for that to happen. Luckily, like, again, love is everywhere, and it seems very possible for it to happen. It seems very, very possible. It seems very... Enrico, if you want to write to me, we can do that. and it's gone now. Also, for what it's worth, like any baggage that you have about love or like anything, just let it go. What do you want? And anytime your mind is like, oh, but the problem with me is, oh, but the problem with me in love is, oh, the problem with me in relationship, or the problem with me and like is like imagine like you're going through your purse and putting on like expired makeup or like eating a randy like granola bar that like has been in there for 2 years, and you're like, the problem with me is like, that's what you're doing. Why are you eating that? Why are you putting that on your face? Why are you carrying that over? What do you want to be in the purse? You know, what do you want to carry around with you? Why do people love you? Why is your life so great? Why is it like, just friggin' listen to Olivia Dean. Like, it's so easy to fall in love with me. Why is it so easy to fall in love with you? Why is love so easy for you? Why is there so much love in your life? Why do people treat you so well? Why do you deserve such good treatment? Why do you deserve so much validation? If that's like a really important part for you. Why do people validate you so much? Why do you get so much validation? Why do you always feel so seen? Why do you always feel so heard? Why do you always feel so valuable? Why are you always chosen? Why are you always prioritized? Why are you the best? Why does no one compare to you? Answer those questions. Answer the good questions. Answer the right questions. Be careful about which questions you're answering. Some questions don't deserve your answer. If a troll comes on here, okay, and he asks like really disrespectful things or whatever, I have my beautiful mods that just like delete that thing. Okay, so if there's like a friggin' little like troll in your mind that wants you to like address him or her, wouldn't you rather respond to the comments that are more valuable, that are going to lead to a better discussion, to a better live? And when it comes to love and relationships, which questions, which comments are you answering? Okay. Alex, you are on here. Hi. I guess, Alex, what I want you to be aware of is like, where are you living in that? Just what choices are you making about that? What choices are you making? What assumptions are you making? How are you being fatalistic about it? How are you deciding that you're not deciding? And how are you viewing yourself? Like, who are you? Again, think about those questions. Think about the right questions that you should be answering. Samir, I'm sorry you're suffering, but what kind of what are you doing with that comment? What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't like guilt me into responding to you. What are you doing? I'm doing the best I can. There's lots of comments. It's not a reflection on you. Okay, I'm gonna go. I've already gone over. No, like Samir, I didn't see your comment, and I'm sorry if you're going through a hard time. But like, don't be writing comments like that. Come on, come on. Have some like self-respect. You're okay. But don't guilt other people into like responding to you, and don't create an identity where you're always ignored. You're not ignored. Don't like come on comments and say like no one ever responds to me. Like, what are you doing? You're like throwing that in other people's faces. Like, hi, I'm really sorry you're going through that. What do you want to do about it? What answers are you looking for? Rebecca, love you. Cuban, thank you so much for being here. Guys, this was like such a lovely live, and I feel like it was a bit messy because I tried to fit a lot in. It was a bit scattered, but I think there were some really juicy things in there, so I hope you feel the same way. Yeah. Okay, I love you so much. I'm gonna go like eat something or do something, or I don't know, have a Sunday. Bye, Alex. Thanks for being here. Samir, you're not bad. Wait, you're not bad? I'm really sorry you're going through a tough time. I'm just saying you don't have to do that in a comment. I'm sorry I missed you. It wasn't my intention, but it's not a reflection on you. It doesn't mean that you're ignored. It doesn't mean that you're unimportant, okay? And so like, don't put that out there, okay? And don't put that on me or on you, okay? And if you come back, you know, we can chat, we can talk about whatever it is you're going through, okay? Adam, thanks for being here. Enrico, thanks. Okay, I love you guys. Yeah, it's okay. Okay, love you. Bye.